The man I'm about to bring on the show has just been absolutely wetting himself in my ears.
Listening. I beg your pardon?
No, laughing his head off is what I basically mean. Is because he's been listening to one of the adverts that has just been playing out about Christmas and Santa Paws and all this type of stuff, and he's been laughing his head off. Haven't you, Dillian? You enjoyed that one?
Yeah, I was about to retell the joke, actually. You ruined it, huh?
No, it's all right. Go for it, mate.
No.
It tickled you. I could hear you in the background, mate, just having a little bit of a giggle.
Gareth, what is Santa Claus dog called?
I don't know, Dillian. What is Santa Claus dog called?
Santa Paws.
Hey!
There you go.
Christmas has come early.
There you go. The move forward is obviously December 15th, and Ebenezer Tete is the man that's going to be standing in front of you. Talk to me about this show, because we're used to seeing you on the Matchroom show, on the big show and what have you, but you're over in Gibraltar on this particular one. How's this one come about?
Well, I want to get back into big fights. You know what I mean? I've always taken hard fights. I've always taken tough fights. I don't want to wait around having 4, 5, 6 warm-up fights. And, you know, obviously we spoke to the guys at the Zone, and all the shows were full, all the cards were already penciled in, and guys were being matched up. And obviously, so to the Zone, you know, we come to an agreement, obviously, thanks to the CEO of the Zone, Shay, you know, for getting stuff done. And we just got a quick turnaround. The fight was made a couple of weeks ago, quickly, just so I can get out. And then next year I'm in a position to get into big fights and chase big fights, you know. Obviously, I had one fight in many years. So we just wanted to get out, and they come around. And Gibraltar's a place where I've had good memories. I've had great memories in Gibraltar. They're like got one of the best fight crowd in the world. And obviously it was where I avenged my defeat against Alexander Povetkin. And he just worked well for us, obviously, seeing as I'm down this side of the coast, and Gibraltar's a few hours away from I've been living in Portugal for the past 6, 7 years. So, you know what I mean? It's just like, okay, quick turnaround. So everything just happened quickly.
Dill, obviously we're looking forward to you rumbling on the rock against Ebenezer Tete. He's only been stopped, and it was quickly by Daniel Dubois a couple of years back. I've been calling in 2025 for you to fight Anthony Joshua. Is that still a fight that you're heavily pursuant of?
I would love that fight. You know, I'd love to fight Anthony Joshua again. I'd love to fight Tyson Fury again. I'd love to fight Derek Chisora again. You know, I'd love to fight those guys again. You know, obviously, I've avenged one of my losses already. I would love to avenge against AJ and against Tyson Fury. I'd love to fight those guys again.
I think Fury is probably out of the equation at the moment, I'd say, but I think Anthony Joshua and a trilogy with Derek's last fight. Could you go to Zimbabwe and fight him? He's talking about wanting to go to Zimbabwe to finish his career.
Derek is an entity of his own. You know, he's an entity of his own. You never know, but anything's possible. And obviously, these are the things people remember, these big events. And if it happens and it makes sense to me, then you know me, I've boots will travel.
Were you in the? Because obviously Derek has just announced the Otto Varlam fight. I believe that he was in conversation with Jarrell Miller, and that all fell through. Were you in that conversation? Did you enter that? The possibility.
The problem with Derek, he's a bit institutionalizing. He's sort of, you know, I bet it's probably an understatement. He's very institutionalized, but you try and speak to him, you try and make sense to him, and Derek doesn't see sense where sense is. You know, fighting Otto Wallin, it's a lose-lose fight for him, because Otto Wallin is tricky, he's awkward, he brings no value. No one really. He just coming off a knockout defeat to AJ. What does he gain for fighting someone like that? Me and him, we got history. Yeah. We sell out venues.
And in Manchester. You've done it in Manchester before. It just made sense.
Yeah. You know, and obviously, how are we going to make the fight? And we could have fought. Me and him could have been fighting in Manchester in February. I could have still fought this guy here. I'd be ready to fight him in February. You know what? Derek is he thinks what he thinks and what's a reality is two different things.
The other fight that either for you or for Derek is Deontay Wilder, by the way, and I'm surprised you're not calling him out. We wanted that fight for years and years, Dill, and it's still possible, isn't it?
He's another guy that's an entity of his, you know, there's zero Deontay Wilder, like a big black hole in space. You never know what's going to come out of it. You never know what's going to come out of it, you know?
So what you're saying is you are just ready to fight all these guys and bring it on.
I just want to fight, Gareth. You know, I just want to fight. If we can fight Wilder, Usyk, Andy Ruiz, Jarrell Miller, and who else? Then I fought everyone that was around in my era. then that's it. There's only 3 or 4 people listening to fight, and I fought everyone. So win,
Well,
lose or draw, I fought them all.
What's your listen? I know that you've got gloves and you will travel and you'll fight anybody anywhere. What's your promotional situation at the moment?
Well, I've always been a free agent. All these fights I've in the Sky and the Zone, I was always a free agent. I think the last time I was a promoter was with Frank Maloney. Me and Matthew were always a fight by fight deal.
Okay.
It's been good business. I've been fight by fight, even with the Zone and Sky was always fight by fight. So I've always been managed by myself, and just so I'm open to working anyone. I mean, hopefully I put on a good performance, get a good win, knock someone over in 2 weeks, and then that'll open the doors again to some very interesting conversations.
Very interested in your view. We were just talking about it before you came on, before your great Christmas jokes. About the
Santa Claus.
I've missed that laugh. I've missed that big beautiful smile and that laugh.
Thank you, Gareth.
Oh, I do. We do miss you, mate.
Thank you.
No, you're a great character. You're one of the great modern heavyweight. And I always told you.
Kind of you.
No, I've always told you. I always believed you'd win a world title. You remember?
Thank
Always.
you. Yeah,
Still believe it.
Never too late. Now is the last roll of the dice.
It will never be too late. Can I ask your view on the second fight between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk? How do you see it?
It's a very, very tricky fight because I'll explain. Usyk is showing some things in the last fight that he's only shown in the amateur. He's never shown as a professional. Obviously, we know how good he is. We know what he does, but he's a technical genius. You know what I mean? And he showed me something in that fight with Fury that I held my hands up and said, you know what? The guys are great. He pressured Fury in the front foot defensively.
Yeah.
It was weird because normally we're expecting to box and move around. He was pressuring Fury in the front foot from the second round. He was on him, and he made Fury. He not panic, but he put him under high stress and made him get tired. I don't know, because Tyson Fury is either on the front foot or he's on the back foot. But Usyk seems to be able to do both at a split second. He can go back, front, switch. It's very difficult, but I believe Fury still stands trying to beat him because Fury is a much bigger man, and he have the size of the match. I think he should fight him like he fought Deontay Wilder the second time. I think that's his only chance.
Go after him. There are risks, but go after him. Yeah.
There are risks, but you need to smother him. No, the perfect example, fight him like he fought Steve Cunningham. That's how he needs to fight. That's how he needs to try and fight Usyk. Be dirty and never go. But I think Usyk, me and Tyson Fury is cool. We fought me and him is cool. Me and him's always been cool, but I just see it's a very hard task. It's heavyweight boxing. You can't write him off and say, he's going to lose again or this and the other, because he's shown that he's been on the canvas so many times. He got up and win. He's had rematch, and he's been down and come back. So he's been out, counted out, and come back and got back to the top of the game again. So I've always said it about the man. He's a weirdo and he does weird things. You never know what he's going to do.
But he's totally focused on the boxing this time. It's fantastic that you said what you said about Usyk, because Tony Bellew said it, Derek Chisora has said it in his own way, and everyone who's been in against Usyk has said he's exhausting to fight against, and it's that focus that he makes you have. But Fury looks good for me in this camp, by the way. Obviously, you've been in against him, and he looks good in this camp, and he's not been distracted. He's going to be 19.5 stone, as people tell me, and he's got a good engine. I think it's a fabulous fight, and listen, I like you, it's hard to pick a winner. It's hard to pick a winner in the second fight because either man could win this.
Yeah, I think so too. But Fury, like I say, you never know what Tyson Fury is doing, man. You never know what he's doing, what he's going to do. You can't anticipate what Tyson Fury, even himself said it. Wake up in the morning and doesn't know what's going to happen by lunchtime. What I mean? You can't. He could have a great camp, and then the night before the fight, something clicks in his head, and then he doesn't listen. Or we've seen it in fights before. Or he might just comes out and put in a masterclass. He might come out and put in a masterclass. You never know. But with Usyk, he's proper. He's got a Russian military mindset, isn't he? He just sticks to the task and he grinds it out. Just keep grinding it out.
Dillian, what did you make? What did you make of the rumor that came out this week about Vladimir Klitschko wanting to come back and maybe challenge Daniel Dubois?
I think, I'm happy these guys want to get themselves healthy and want to get fit. And what it is, I can understand why he's thinking. It's probably thinking these guys could never stand with me 10, 15 years ago. You know what I mean? I can see it because to be a great, you have to be a little bit deluded. To be a great champion like Klitschko has been, you have to be a little bit crazy and a little bit deluded and a little bit what's what I'm looking for? A little bit eccentric, you know what I mean? And that's never gonna go until he's 100 years. It's like that's never gonna go, and Vladimir is serious. I've been in camp with him. He's a serious guy. He's very dedicated and he's very serious. So he might come back and he'll give Dubois. One thing I'll tell you, Vladimir footwork will still give Daniel Dubois a problem today. He's got very, very good footwork.
Can I ask you this? Because we're getting him. Well, I'm going to talk about it next. Would Carl Froch, 10 years out of the sport, give Jake Paul problems or not?
I think Carl Froch will beat him. I think Carl Froch, listen, we know Carl Froch. Listen, a lot of people don't like Carl Froch. Me and him, he's rubbed me up the wrong way a couple of times. I've gone off to him. He said a few things about me, but let's be honest. Carl Froch is a tough man. He's tough. You got to give him credit where he's a tough man. We've seen in fights where he's getting bashed up and out of nowhere he just comes back. He finds a way to pull it back. Jake Paul's got size advantage, but Carl Froch is a proper fighter. A couple of times Mike Tyson touched him in a fight.
He ran.
Yeah. And in my honest opinion, I don't think Michael's really fighting. I don't know. Michael's probably just happy to be. Michael's a crazy guy as well. He's probably just happy to be back in the ring again, happy to be part of the whole event again. And also, one thing I said to people is, I was happy that Mike had an excuse to get himself back fit, to get himself back healthy, because he almost died earlier this year. You know what I mean? It's great for him. He probably added 10 years to his life. So well done to Mike.
Nice words, Dillian. Yeah. You seem really on form. Can't wait to see you fight in the middle of the month.
Thank you.
Listen, Dillian, thank you so much for joining us on the show. All the best with camp. Stay fit, stay healthy, and we're looking forward to see you do your thing on December the 15th, mate.
Thank you. God bless. Thanks.
Cheers, Dill.
And you. There you go. Dillian Whyte. Superb.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.